Hello everyone, this is Here's Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Black Myth Wukong Let's Play. So we are back at the beginning of this new area that we unlocked. And first we're going to use some level up. I actually went back to check if we missed anything in the previous area, and we didn't. But fortunately I got some extra experience, and we have 4 points that we can use. First things first, I want to get a 3rd point in the staff stances so that we can unlock our second node. We need 3 of the abilities in this first tier. And we have access to a second stance. This is the Lingxuzi, which is leveraging it and standing on top of it. And we'll pick this one first. And you can see we get access to our second node of our staff stance, which allows for better charge attack as well as comboing a second heavy attack with our light attack combo. And then we also unlock new things. Let's see. Costs less stamina to get the charge off. Slight increase in damage whenever we switch stances. Okay, so right now we only have 2 stances. The 3rd stance, the poke, won't be unlocked until we're level 20, so that will be a while. Currently, if we want to swap stances, we hit the up direction pad button, and then if we hold our heavy attack, we start to stand on it, and the staff will grow in size until we eventually let that go and we slam the staff down for attack. We can also use it to avoid some ground attacks. Oh, when we're on the staff, if we are avoiding any attacks, the attacks on our staff will cost stamina for us to stabilize the staff, and this will reduce that stamina cost. If we run out of stamina, we do fall down, we take a lot of damage. Ooh, we spin our staff. It will cost one of our nodes, but we get to do some damage. Sounds fun, but I'm not sure if I want that. I think mostly we're probably going to stick with our first stance, the P-Gwent, which is more close range. We can reduce damage taken when we use our heavy. When we recognize the enemy attack, as in like we time our attack when they attack, we can connect it with the light attack and kickstart the 3rd hit of the combo, the 5-hit combo. That's a little weird. I'm not sure why this makes sense. The graphic is not really doing a great job to explain that to me either. This is this is not too bad. If every time we use a node, we can heal back a little. I think I do want a point in this at least. And then I also want to save a couple points for other things, like more health. I think that also helps. I also like to move forward when I'm using this deflection. The gap closer for the light attack, I think it's good. I'm not sure if I want this. This is not only do you move forward, you can connect it at the end with a heavy and you get a gap close, which sounds kind of fun. This one that you need both nodes to meet is that you can pick up basic points to charge your nodes if you're blocking things, which is also kind of nice. I'm going to just mix things up a little. We'll grab some health. If we feel particularly weak, we can always grind some levels if necessary. But let's clear this area. Now the big blue-headed ghost, or right, we will take care of it a little bit later. There's something I want to do first. Well, apparently you can hit both of them with the heavy, and they both die. We'll come back to the big blue guy a little bit later. I want to pick up ability with our gourd before we do that, but there is a boss that we are going to go fight now. The voice that we heard when we approached a courtyard last time, asking us who comes to disturb them. Seems like the bandit did not respawn, right? That bandit was a special common unit. It was a common unit, but as you can see, after we reloaded, he was standing there earlier, but now he's nowhere to be seen. Ooh. Well, time to... I was gonna put this to the test, but we messed that up. There we go. And that's a burn tag. If we get hit with more shots, we can pick up the burn. You can also get seeds when you pick up plants. And I don't know who can plant them, but apparently you can do that as well. Maybe later on in the game. I think that courtyard is over here, right here. There's our guy. Another monkey. Guangzhi, that's his name. Let go of your staff and learn Buddhism with me. How about it? So I'll explain who he is after we beat him, because obviously this is quite an intense fight. Oh, we missed our first heavy, or else I could have connected with a second one. There we go. Ooh, that is not great. If we're on fire, we can continuously roll on the ground and put it out, which we just did. And I think we need to drink. I need to watch my stamina. We can also try our staff stance. Not so confident about it, but worth a shot. And now we're in a different stance. Our moveset's different now, which I have no idea what the moveset is, so not great. Take a drink. Ooh. I guess the charge attack is just this. We're burning again. We gotta roll. We gotta roll. We gotta roll. Oh, there's water on the ground. Maybe that will snuff it out. Alright, I want to switch stance again. Wait, how do I switch back? I don't know how to switch back. Oh, there we go. I'm back. I'm back. And we're almost dying. It's okay. First, let's just make sure we don't die. Take a drink. Get some nice dodge in there. And we finish him off. Ooh. Boomerang. Alright, we haven't used this trick yet. Oh, but he's so far. We got him. So he's considered a boss, and the text you saw was 得胜, which is victory. Are you the destined one that the boss told us about? Alright, so he's going to have a story, and also he's going to drop this for us. Chichao, Red Tide. It's a spell. It's a transformation spell. We can become him and use his ability and use a fire weapon in our attack. So if we're fighting enemies who are weak to fire, usually the furry ones, we can transform and you'll get your completely new moveset. You'll get a completely new health bar. Essentially, you either will run out of your timer first or your health. And once you run out either one, you transform back to Wukong and continue the fight. but the fire effect is very useful. Now, the weapon's called Red Tide not because of just the fire ability of it, but it's the first game that Game Science made when they became a studio. It's a mobile game. I think it's one of those little plane shooters, 2D side-scrolling forward vertical plane shooters, and it's a callback for their studio. A little Easter egg. And the character you see there in the hexagon, it's Long, which is wolf, since this is a wolf creature that we just beat. So it says that, the treasured weapons and magical items from certain enemies after they die, the weapon remains because there's some unfinished business or thought of the previous soul, and we can grab it and, transform into it. And we can definitely attempt this and try this. How do I get the second page? There we go. So it costs mana. We can only do it when the mana is full. Or, yeah, wow, that is a pretty restrictive requirement. Once we use it over time, it will, time out. We can, wait, how do we use other abilities if we are, perhaps it doesn't exhaust the entire mana bar? Okay, so I think the concept is you can use this when your mana bar is full, but it doesn't consume the whole bar. It will slowly time out your bar when you stay in transformation. And you can obviously still use spells, but those will immediately consume that portion of the mana and shorten the time you can stay in the transformation, or you lose your health in the transform state, and you obviously get kicked out and become the monkey again. We'll take a look at his story very soon. I'll share what I know from the original novel. Guangzhi is a student, or a monk, at the abbey, Guanyin Chanyuan, that we are headed towards. He's Jinchi, the head abbot's, disciple. We get to hit the gong. This is one of the environmental, puzzles or things you have to do in this stage to unlock the secret area. Each stage have something like this, and here we have to find all 3 gongs and hit them.
你这猴儿，顽性不改，这下不妙，都知道你闯进来了。这钟声洪亮清朗，惊动了这儿的妖精。再往前走，可要万万小心。
This is the soil deity warning us that, we can't help ourselves to make the noise, and now all the monster knows we're here. And if we head forward, gotta be extra careful because everyone knows we're here already. This is a callback, even the gong is a callback to the original novel, because after Wukong joins his master, the Tang Monk, the Tang Monk says that every temple that he will pass, or every monastery he passes along the way, he's gonna hit the gong at the temple, or hit the drum if they have the drum. And if he goes to a pagoda, he's gonna sweep it, basically as a testament to his faith in Buddhism. We get an extra will here. You can see some of the will floats away when we grab these that floats around. Essentially, we lose some when we grab them, but if we upgrade our gourd through an event, which we are hopefully going to do in this episode, we can absorb the whole thing, and we'll yield a lot more will when we approach these points. I just want to see if there's any other things that we might miss here. I think that might be it. Guangzhi was a student, and he's the one who came up with the plan initially that let's kill these guys, and then you can keep the cloak, which, makes him prone to, turning evil in this point. And we'll see how the game kind of reconcile with the fact that he probably should have died by now, but I guess he transformed into a monster. And let's see. He's in the boss as well. Oh, Tomo. So he's just the elite. He's not considered a boss right here. Guangzhi. Let's see. 意气出独谋. Right? 智 means wisdom. Guang means you have a lot of it. These are Buddhist monk titles. They're not their actual name. Like Wukong means to enlighten and become empty. empty, as in your six senses. You lose all your desires. And the Bajie, for example, his monk name is Wuneng. Basically, these are usually two character names, especially Chinese monks, right? This is adapted to Chinese custom of naming with two characters. And Guangzhi here means he's filled with wisdom. And his wisdom was, let's kill them to keep the cloak. When he was young, he was not a monk. Oh, they are changing the original story here. But they're saying when he was young, he was not a monk. He was a small wolf monster who really wanted to be a human. He often transformed to play in the village, but people always saw through his transformation, and they beat him up. So he asked the other creatures how to deal with this, and they say, the more you transform like a human, but you don't behave like a human, then naturally you'll be recognized. If you want to act like a human, you need to stay with the humans and learn from them, to learn their custom, learn their habits, and then you can transform and stay human. He firmly believed in this, so he went to the boss to ask if he can help him. The boss and Lingxuzi, who is the big wolf that will fight very soon. He is obviously a wolf creature, Taoist monk background, and he is the boss of the wolf. Well, that makes sense. And the black boss, the black bear boss, helped it transform to a little monk and introduced him to Jinshi. So that's why they explain. So they explain in the original novel, he was a monster already. Obviously, the novel did not go with this line. In the beginning, the monks of the temple did not like him, and they often kind of teased him or bullied him, essentially. He always fell for the pranks. So to make him get smarter, the monk named him Guangzhi, broaden wisdom, right? That's the meaning. Hopefully he can become wiser and not get bullied anymore. And under the guidance of the abbot, he was able to learn to read and write, understand the restrictions of being a monk, and slowly he fit in with the rest of the other monks. Then one day, the temple has two visitors, Wukong and Tangseng. So this is where the story connects with the original novel, Journey to the West. And he did not predict that because of his one evil thought, the fire will engulf their temple. So everything that's familiar to him is destroyed. His abbot, his new master, committed suicide. His former boss, Lingxuzi, got killed by Wukong. And even the black bear boss was captured and taken to Nanhai to become a guardian for the island for Pusa. So he felt like his one decision caused so much pain for so many people, and that he failed becoming a human. He did such a bad job. So he forgoed his sort of status as a monk, went back to the mountains. He still practiced Buddhism, and he's trying to reach enlightenment. But when he meditates and practices in the mountains, all he can see are the fires that night. And that's why he picked up a new weapon and learned to be the Red Tide. So that has something to do with the fire that he committed, or he basically was part of. He wasn't the one who gave the idea of burning. He just wanted to kill them. But he's the one who started the idea of let's kill them. The person who gave the idea of let's burn instead is Guangmo, and that means broaden stratagems. So one is wisdom, one is stratagem. I'm sure we'll see him later on, and we'll see how they kind of reconcile the story with him as well. We got damage reduction. We also got poison resistant. That might be in handy when we fought that Jensen monster earlier. And we leveled up again. 60 points for transformation. Oh. Wait. Okay. So we'll have a lot of single icons where we can upgrade. And here is After a dodge, we increase the damage of our next attack. Okay, so just a couple points here for that. But down here, the level up requires less mana. Basically, the mana cost per second when your transform is reduced. How fast your mana is recovered. Your mana cap. Attack of your transformation is increased. Increase the health, the max health of your transformations. Add on the mana that you originally had. So maybe I'm not so certain how the mana system works. We'll definitely do a transformation and check it out later. And we're not going to upgrade any of those things right now. This staff is a little bit problematic because I'm not used to it. I guess we just have to practice a little bit with it. This is kind of fun. If we don't get that, we can either get a little bit more recovery, cost a little bit less stamina, increase damage after we switch. This one feels good, but I don't know. We need 10 points to unlock our next node. I do want to unlock the nodes first. Let me get this. Reduce damage, a damage reduction after we use a heavy attack when we're in that stance, which is, I guess, the stance we're using the most. Let me change stance. Let's see the move. And the charge attack for this is just this. It takes a long time to charge those nodes. And that's as high as we can get right now. Alright, we'll use this for a little bit, see how it feels. We'll clear some of the area that we didn't revisit. We've been here already, but... Oh, it's kind of weird that we're just doing this as a charge. Oh, he's like... I mean, it's not bad. We just have to get used to it. This is the waterfall path, which we can't do much with, but I think there is an enemy here. And definitely some things to collect. I do think the charge is a little bit weird, so we're probably just going to do a lot of light attack with this stance. Because the previous stance we probably charge up and try to smack them from behind as our opener, but here it doesn't really make sense. We're just going to stand in place and just stretch our stick out. Alright, I think we're back near the beginning. Yep, that chest again, and that's where we went. We're gonna walk by the big blue guy and go fight Lingxuzi. And we'll use the red tide on him. I mean, technically it would be his subordinate. He's the one that leads all the wolves. Alright, we can break those again. I do believe we might have to run past the big guy. Like, actually just run past him. Like this. And then wait till he kind of turns around the other way and then complete this sort of loop around him. If he can't see you, he's not going to attack you. Alright, let's make a move. Now the fact that all these monsters are back after Wukong killed them in the original story probably has something to do with the fact that they mentioned in a lot of the codex that when the black bear boss came back from Nanhai, he learned how to revive people. Right, and that's why all these monsters came from near and far to join him. So he probably revived all his buddies. Although, in the case of Jinshi, that big old ghost thing, I wouldn't call that a full revive. Anything that we can grab here? Oh, now this type of path on the mountain, this is, I mean, we have a lot of fans of Three Kingdoms from my audience from playing Total War. This is what you can imagine the mountain path of Shu to look like. And this would be a good version of it, where you have a lot of wood pieces. Usually you just chisel out a hole in the mountain, put a base beam, and then you put another plank on top. And that's basically how you're walking through these areas. We call this 栈道 in Chinese. That's a little bit far. I think we jump, we die. Although I think the invisible wall is going to catch us. It is beautiful here. But we're trying to go to Guanyin Chansi. We've been trying to go there for a while. We don't have full health. Ooh. Okay. He can friendly fire? Hold on. We're going to try to approach him. And see if he friendly fires through... He does. Okay, let's get to him. We didn't time that well, but... That's a new boss, or new enemy that we have not fought before. Okay, it's a Wolf Guardian. The weapon looks kind of like the brute that we fought. It's an axe, basically. Long time ago, the Wolf Guardian were Lao Lingxuzi. So the old Lingxuzi, the one that, you know, died in the original story, they were his guards, and they used the long polearm axe, and they were quite famous among the monsters. Ever since the Black Wind boss came back from Nanhai and rebuilt the mountain, he took in a lot of refugees from Shituoguo. Okay, so in the original novel, Shituoguo is the land where you had the three mounts, the condor or the hawk, the elephant, and the lion. Quite a difficult place in the original story. He took in a lot of wolf creatures from Shituoguo, refugees who's escaping that area, I guess after Wukong wrecked it. And it made a lot of the local wolves unhappy about this. But then the black bear promised that he can revive Lingxuzi as sort of a compromise that all these new wolves are coming to town. So all the local wolves kind of, you know, held their temper against this. Little did they know, a few days after Lingxuzi woke up, so he did get revived, he disappeared. And no one ever saw him again. After the black bear heard about this, he did not investigate, but instead asked Canglang Jing. So there's a different wolf boss that came as refugee from Shituoguo, and he replaced Lingxuzi. And also called him Lingxuzi, but a different Ling, right? This is the thing about Chinese. You have a gazillion characters that has the same sound, but written character, you don't get confused. So here they sound the same, but that first character is different. Now, this really pissed off all the local wolves, and there were a lot of voices for mutiny. But the wolf guards, under the command of the black bear, captured everyone who was, you know, voicing these mutiny demands. And the new wolf leader, the new Lingxuzi, started to harm all these little ones that were, asking for a mutiny. He wants to eat them, but fortunately the drill master, Guangzhi, the one that we just beat up, so he's their drill master, rushed over here, protected his own kind. After this, the new Lingxuzi appointed these guards as wuzhang. So this is a military rank in Chinese army, the captain of 5. So each of them is in charge of 5 little monsters. And after they've been put in place, no one dared to resist. So the Lingxuzi we're going to fight is not the one from before, even though supposedly he revived him. So I think it's true. The revive spell is not really powerful. It doesn't really work. So it's like you see them alive, but then like they pull a falter or something goes really wrong. Just like you see Jinshi, the old abbot that he revives, is now that, roaming blue-headed right, which does not seem like a proper revive. Most of the story development in the game does come from these codex, so we're going to take plenty of time reading them. I wonder if there's a path here, because it kind of looks like those are destructible, but I guess we can't go that way anymore. We're going over here. We're finally making our way to Guanyin Changyuan, but do I get a heal before going in? I have no heal material. I have no mana. Is there a Tudi Gong Miao in there? I think I see one. Do I get to go touch it before the boss comes? Oh, he's there. Big dog? You mean the wolf? Yeah, Lingxuzi's here. You think we're too weak? Uh-oh. Let me pray. You can still run away, that's what he's saying. We're not running. We're just gonna rest, and there's a new option here. We can craft. Ooh, a circlet. This kind of reminded me of the circlet that Shasung wears. So our third, I guess, brother? It's not brother. It's basically our peer, our students. We're all students of Tangseng. I don't know if there's an English term for this. It's like you're all the students of the same master, but you're obviously ranked by whoever joined your master first. Wukong will be the first one, Bajie will be the second one, and Shasung will be the third one. Anyhow, 行者借孤. So 行者 is actually the name most often used by Sun Wukong. As we mentioned, Wukong is his sort of adopted Buddhism name. 行者 just means the guy who walks, or pacer is often translated as 行者. And 孙行者 is, or someone who is practicing, right? 行 can be 行 as in practice or 行 as in walk. And in this case, it's a reference to that. And it seems like we can drink while running. So far, when we drink, we have to slow down. And there's a set bonus. If we have 2 pieces of this, we increase the running speed by a little bit. And if we have 4 pieces of this set, we can, whenever we run, we will slowly stack up some attack damage buff up to 10 tiers. And once we stop running, the effect goes away. Goes away slowly, or 自然消散 feels like it just goes away. I don't think it... Anyways, we don't have a circlet. It costs a little bit of will, 1,000 will, and 4 pieces of the silk that we had. And we're gonna equip this. Yep. Ooh. Wait. We can get the set. Like, we can at least get the 2-piece set. Which one has the... Oh, we can see the improvement on the side. +7 total, +4, +11. So the clothing is going to get us there the most. And that's going to be most of our silk. So we're not going to get the... Oh, this one only costs 1... Oh, it's only the arm wrap. If we had 2 more silk pieces, we can actually get the 4-piece set. Do we go back and farm? I guess increase damage whenever we run. We're probably not going to be running in a boss fight. Huh. but it's interesting to see crafting as an option. I guess the crafting station at this location have this set, but you'll get other sets at different locations. We're here for this. And we're ready to fight. After we explore the area. It's a wolf statue. Typically, whenever you have a Buddhist temple, these are called hufa. They're the guardian of the temple. There should be a pair of them, one to the left, one to the right of the temple. And oftentimes you actually see Guanyu statues because in China, Buddhists adapted a lot of local beliefs, and Guanyu is a super popular deity that like every religion want a piece of. So Guanyu was named into a Pusa by Buddhism as well. Which way did we came in from here, so that's the main. Okay, so this is the other side. Just want to see if we missed anything before we hop into a pretty big boss fight, the new version of Lingxuzi. So we're not actually fighting the old one that we killed a long time ago. We're fighting sort of the refugee from Shituoguo who picked up a new name. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Let's go fight the guy.
你若进了这道门，便回不了头啦。
Once you enter this door, you cannot turn around. So basically, warning us there's a boss fight. I think we'll stick to this stance first. The one that we're more familiar with. Lingxuzi. Yao Wang. So he's a boss. Ooh. Ooh. Lick your hand. Alright. Need to find out how he attacks. Ow. Okay, I guess we're getting our first drink in. And let's just transform. Okay, maybe we should have learned his move. Okay, so the stamina bar, or the mana bar, it's now the stamina bar? Oh, we can dash. He's on fire! Continuous damage. Furry. Weak to fire. And that timed out pretty quick. Second phase. You can see he's still burning and ticking down. Okay, so he can be staggered too. That's good to know. Cool. Let's just be safe. No need to die here. You gonna do something, buddy? Our freeze is almost back. We have plenty of mana for that. Ooh. Don't die here. This is just to drink. Ow. I kind of... Ooh, we died. Got a little sloppy in the end there, but I think we will get him next time. We come back as a feather. I think it's hinting that like our clone died over there. Now, is everything kind of reset? Do we get that will to be... No, that will is gone from that little room. Oh, he's just waiting for us here now. Let's do this, buddy. 2 swipes, huh? Runs away. House. Oh. Ah, he got us. He grabbed us there. Hits twice, runs away. Okay, that hurt. Down to our last drink. Alright, I want to burn him. Got us again. Or not. Ooh, sneaky. We got him. Second try. So the soul deity is telling us that, you know, he underestimated us, is recommending that we search the place for the Jindan, or the golden concentrated medicine that the black bear gifted this wolf boss. And if we can find it, obviously it'll help us out quite a bit. Is it here? Nope. Although we can craft other pieces with those 2 pieces of silk that we just picked up there. We also picked up some drops, including a new headgear. Oh, I completely hit the exit button. Huh. So if the enemy's low health, we get increased damage. Also more defense, but say goodbye to the 4-piece set, which I guess is not that important. But we can still craft it for better defensive stats for sure. We also got this. 内丹. So this is also a dan. It's a very weird shape. Okay, it looks like one of 2 things. Either a brain or actually a walnut. it can be used to craft like a very high tier dun. That's what it's saying. So basically, it's a material. It's a very rare material. All right. Aside from this chest, there's got to be more things here. We do want to go back to that shrine to get healed and everything. Nothing? Oh, is it behind here? Nope. Alright, I'm gonna go heal first, do the crafting, and then come back over here. Oh, the will is back. Yep, we'll get this just for the better defense. We'll stay on the 2 set piece. I think I'm actually gonna go in settings and turn off helmets on. So we can see his face. Man, we can't get into either of the buildings on the side. Is it in this main building? Ah, maybe this is it. Oh, we saw the statue earlier outside by the mountain. Bio. So it's the lotus root that used to craft this. It increases our max health. Oh, nice. Got a little bit longer there. Oh yeah, this is the para statue that we saw outside by the mountains. What is over here? Oh, it's just some lights coming in from the windows. New trail? There's another soil deity shrine nearby. We just left one. Anything here? Make sure we don't miss anything. Looks like we're good. Well, it's right outside. I guess we didn't have to go back and heal. Although I'm not sure if this would have the same crafting recipe. Probably the same. Probably it's by stage. Yep, it's by stage. Oh, we missed. Okay, there's a path here. So he's saying, you know, what do I do now? What do I do now? Is this another boss fight? Let's see. Come, don't be afraid. Your horse brother comes from a rich family. I don't eat people. Oh, this is one of the Zodiac monsters. Uma. He has his own whip. You're clearly not a monster from here, not a local. You came here to meet the boss here, or,
听我一言，
pray to
这
him?
黑熊外强中干，靠不住的。你还是趁早离了此处
So he
才好。
looks tough, but he's not that strong. So you best to leave here.
起死复生，金银财
Revive,
富
money,
都是唬人的。
all lies.
那些个小妖
Only
都被
the
骗了。
weak little monsters get
黑
fooled.
风怪好弄把戏，
He's just,
嘴上
it's just
修
a
真养
trick.
性，肚里贪婪气息。我所求之事，不敢托付。
So he came here with intention of asking the black bear monster to do him a favor. He needs some help. But after meeting him, he senses that he's, acting tough, all his little revive and wealth, all, illusion. Only the weak monster fall for it, and he doesn't want to tell him what he needs anymore.
虽不知阁下为何来此，
Don't know why you're here, but please be careful. He's just being
此
kind,
刻心急如焚，
warning us.
需即刻启程，
He's in a rush,
就此别过
so。he's gonna leave. We might meet him again in the future somewhere. Do we?
虽不知阁下为何
Same
来，
thing.
我此刻心
I guess that's it. I guess he technically is not gonna fight us. Maybe we'll meet him. I think we actually get to see all the Zodiac creatures, or at least most of them. I don't think we'll see another monkey. Maybe we will. We're not a Zodiac monkey creature. So the reason why he's called Wuma, Wu is used as a time measurement. Since there are 12 Zodiac, there's also not 12 hours. Oh, there's something we can do. Not 12 hours to the Chinese clock. It's every 2 hours is one unit in ancient China, and Wu is one of the unit. And when we're little, we memorize the Zodiac with each of the hour name attached to one of the Zodiac animals. So like Zishu, right? Well, Zi is like the midnight hour. I think it's from 11 to 1. And the mice, or the mouse, is the first Zodiac, or the rat, the first Zodiac animal, is attached to that. And Wuma, I believe, is from 11 to 1. It's the noon hour, which is why it's called Wushi. Oh, this is one of the meditation places. We will get some experience points here. Buddy, you told me you were in a rush. You're staying here and chilling. So I think these interactions are kind of like sort of Assassin's Creed's, jump of faith, leap of faith, where you get to see the surrounding area a little bit, and you get a little experience point for doing so, just to check out the scene. Yeah, if we didn't get that pause, we wouldn't have seen the huge Buddha statue behind it. Is it playing an instrument, or is that a blow dart? I think this is it. I don't think there's anything that leads out of this. We did get 2 level up points that we have not used, and we didn't check out the story of the new Lingxuzi. Oh, 3. Excuse me. We need 5 more points for the 3rd node. I'm a little tempted to do that. Wait. We pick up a new heavy? Oh, if we hit the first heavy, we get a second heavy. Oh, let's do it. Let's pick up this, which I don't know exactly how this interaction works, but I do understand this one. We need to connect on the first heavy to get the second heavy. Slight reduction when we do get a charge. That sounds pretty nice. I'm just going to try to pick up enough points here for this 3rd node to be given to us. Oh, and of course, keep forgetting our story of our first boss. There are 5 bosses in this stage. So he's the new wolf monster in the temple, a refugee from Shituoguo, which we introduced already. After that city was destroyed, he left with the other wolf pack from that area and eventually fell under the shelter of the Black Wind monster. He is not like the Taoist. He does not care about, seeking Taoist enlightenment, cultivation, basically. He only practiced strength, iron claw, and thick skin, basically, bones. So the Black Wind monster made him the new king, and the Wolf King, and gave him a new name, also Lingxuzi, but a different Ling. So all the wolves that came with him is now in favor. They're eating better than the locals, and most of the wolf don't like the previous boss in terms of like practicing Taoist alchemy. Some of the leaders still think of the old boss, and but at the same time, they're plotting how to get on the good side of the new boss. This is the description of how he put down the mutinous voices. He had an assembly, and during the assembly, he had the guards come in and pick out the ones that were causing problems. And when they were, trying to resist, he jumps down and ate the ones that were rebellious. And when Guangzhi heard about this, he came and fought him. So the drill master, the one that we beat with the red tide. And then when the Black Wind boss heard about this, he was going to come and punish, right? Because Guangzhi is resisting. But fortunately, the snake monster came here and brokered peace. So I guess we're going to see the snake monster as well. We mentioned there are 3 friends, the snake, the wolf, and the bear. The snake and the wolf were killed. So is this another new snake monster? Because obviously the revive spell is fake, doesn't actually work. How do I get to him? Oh, just jump in. We need a second node to do the second charge attack, which we didn't have. The one we just learned. Why does this look like a coffin? That's a different animation. But we just got some war. Okay, nothing fancy there. The animation's fancy, but no fancy items. Yeah, I don't think we missed anything there. Ooh, some cave drawings. No jump scare monsters. Oh, a little secret path. Goes back to the same place, I feel like, but that's a toad. Yeah, it feels like it's going back. What is... Oh, that's the other fungi. I think the event that I actually want is on the bridge. But there's definitely, I'm guessing, a frog boss down there. Maybe the name that we saw earlier. Bola Ligalang, I think that's what the name is. It's a very funny name. Oh, we have a shrine. And a free item. Ah, a lot of different medicine. Our medicine pack is full, but I don't really intend to use it. Unless we start struggling. Another boss? Maybe a elite. It looks like one of the Raven monsters. Yep, not a boss, just the Raven. What are we hitting? Oh, you're causing problems. So I think for combat, if we can do a perfect dodge to get a node and then stack a second node, we can do the 2 charge. And that'll probably be the most effective for damage. I think the event I want is up there. I'm not sure, but let's see. Yep. You've been spending a long time in a cage. Coming back to nature. It's a natural way. Where's the guy? There he is.
路上可曾见到那些无主的孤魂？灵运不散，浮于空中。
So he calls the wills, you know,
可惜你的
spirits
葫芦
without a
不中
body.
用，我这葫芦又认主。
Unfortunately, your gourd can't do anything about it, and my gourd only recognizes me.
我有一法，可超度孤魂，归权反真，与你必有帮助。
I have a way to help those lost souls. And he's gonna write a spell on our hulu or gourd, and now we have the ability to absorb spirits. And this is important for something like the blue right, because not only do we get more resources,
不能装天，却可渡人。
because we can take small enemies who has like one moveset, suck their spirits in, and we can learn that moveset as a spell. Exactly. So this teaching us that we can take remaining souls, which is why I wanted to keep that right a little bit longer. Obviously, you can beat it and the spirit stays there. It's a different color spirit, or will. And then you can get this and then go back and get it, or use one of the shrines to pick up any that you missed. But I think it's better this way. Now, the character here, it's definitely a fictional one.
继承天命，自是无法回头。
So if you're picked by destiny, you can't turn around.
天地间的蓬草。
We're just weeds in this world. Not much, you know, we can't really go anywhere. So this character is interesting. It's definitely made for the game. It's not from the novel for any inspiration, but his modeling, like the look, is the same as from the TV show, the 1986 version, where Wukong transformed into a human. And when he does that, he looks like this. Obviously, Wukong is not here anymore. He's stuck in that stone, but I think they just dropped that Easter egg with the way he looks. And I don't know if the voice actor is the same guy, because he's quite old by now. But he's here to help us. And we'll see him. We saw him in the trailer, the pre-launch trailer. And we're going to activate this shrine and pick up the save point. Do we fight the Raven again if we just, like, heal right here? Because isn't the Raven right behind us? But I think that gives us the save. And we're going to end our episode here. We're going to go back and fight the big blue guy, and then also pick up a couple more bosses next time, work our way to the final boss, and also work our way to unlocking the special stage. I think it'll probably take maybe 2 more episodes to beat this first stage. We're aiming to get everything completed and not miss any content, and that's kind of the goal. Oh, I like the bamboo leaf falling down. It's really nice. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!